I've seen a lot of people bring up the certain topic of off the field issues with George Pickens, but I wanted to see the actual report itself, and here's what it read. Also, before we get into it, I would appreciate it if you would like the video and subscribe. We're trying to get to 20K, but coaches and scouts were asked about the most boom or bust wide receiver, and Scout 2 said George Pickens. There's a lot of upside, but he can't get out of his own way, and he's been enabled his whole life, which is weird because this scout most definitely hasn't known George Pickens his whole life. But on to wide receiver coach number 4, who said Pickens as well. You love his game, but there's some issues. Do you want to work with him? He's a top 6 talent wise, but it's impossible not to add those other things. He has the size, he has really good range, he positions his body on deep throws, he consistently beats press coverage, he has good stop starts with some AI crossover in his game. A lot of the stuff in Todd Monken's system translates to the NFL, but I wouldn't touch him. And then you got wide receiver coach number 5, who said on tape he's probably a top 5 wide receiver, but there's just so many red flags, and they're big red flags. He's got a lot of growing up to do. If he goes to the right place with a room full of veterans that help him go the right way, I think he'll have a chance. Now, the first thing that stood out to me was how Scout 2 said he can't get out of his own way, which makes no sense to me because he's never gotten in any type of trouble, and the only setback he's had in his career is, well, an ACL injury. By the way, he worked his way back from that ACL injury like a true champ, and then instantly started dominating Alabama again. Also, just adding on to that, another thing that I love about George Pickens' personality is his unselfishness on film. Like, he'll always put his body on the line for his teammates. If you saw my blocking video on him, you would know that he puts dudes on their butt consistently. I have a whole video on it, 3 minutes of him just blocking for his teammates, and it has over 50,000 views, so it was pretty entertaining. Go check that out. But yeah, I love George Pickens on film. I think that off field he'll be fine. I mean, he has Coach Tomlin as his mentor. He's in a good place. You know, he's not in Las Vegas or anything like that, so I have absolutely no concerns. The Steelers said they had no concerns about any off the field issues. But let me know what you guys think about this George Pickens report. Of course, I'm not saying that he has no growing up to do, because he does, just like all the first years. But what I'm saying is that this report is grossly over exaggerated and flat out wrong at times. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video, and that is it from me on this one. Peace.